join me in a warm welcome, Matt Martin.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Mary Ann's been a real rock of the whole area around here, and we sure appreciate everything she does. A CCIM instructor, just the highest credentials, and just really a great person. I really appreciate the opportunity to be back here again. This is an update of that 2005 presentation. In 2007, we'll just go back, and this was like in the boom time. This was my report. We were in hurricane recovery. We had existing home resales. You know, Desoto County doesn't have any new home developments. It's all resales of single site-built family homes. A lot of speculation going on. There was a lot of speculation. People buying on future land value. There was an increase in values across the board. I mean, there were some crazy prices going on back then. There was a lot of posturing and people going to Tallahassee with attorneys and lobbyists for the comp plan so that they could get extra density in land use on their property. It was crazy. There were, busloads of people going up to what used to be the Department of Community Affairs, which, that doesn't exist anymore. And there was a lot of rezoning and positioning, again, having to do with that. There was talk about utilities, and there was a need for utilities. And they were doing some, and there was a lot of talk about implementing impact fees to handle all of the new schools and hospitals and everything that was about to flood in to DeSoto County. Now in 2016, roll the clock forward, we're recovering from lost values across the board. It's recovering, it's coming back somewhat. There is just a lot of big properties exchanging hands, big stuff. Stuff we never hear about because it's all done, between big money players. And I'm talking about things like Rum Creek, Orange Cove, 42 square miles of orange growth. Florida Power and Light sold a bunch of property, about 11,000 acres. Bluehead Ranch, 60,000 acres. Diner Ranch, 5,700 acres. The Calusa Groves, over 4,000 acres of orange groves. And these last two were actually in Charlotte County. You don't hear about these. They don't hit the MLS. We still have just a ton of entitled property in DeSoto County. Town centers, you can build anything on a lot of property. Now there's water and sewer. They did install water and sewer for about 20-something miles of road frontage in DeSoto County. That's now being expanded even along Highway 17. I'll show you a map of that. Right now, we're seeing a lot of bargain hunters still in DeSoto County and flippers. Now we're not talking about multi-million-dollar flips. We're talking about $60,000 flips and $70,000, $100,000 flips. They're going in, they're buying these old junked up houses, fixing them up, putting a lipstick on them, and selling them for as much as they can. And ag land is still big. Ag is DeSoto County. Groves is really a big problem. Citrus is one of the major industries in DeSoto County. And just for an example, in 2010, I think it was, the state of Florida produced 250 million boxes of oranges. This year, there will be about 75,000 boxes of oranges. Wow. Citrus is in big trouble if you don't, and I could talk about that a lot more. This is a map of land sales by year. Red last year. These are tracts of land that sold. These big tracts here, and some of them aren't so big, but even these are a couple of 100 acres. That's thousands. Each square is 1 square mile. So you can see this was in 2015. Green is 14. These big tracks here. This was mosaic stuff up in here. And then in 2013, 2011, you had these. So big stuff, large stuff. I mean, and that's really been the big news around, or whenever one of these big tracks goes. And there's not many of them left to sell again, unless they go up. Just in terms of volume of sales, you can see this pie chart, and thank you, Anthony, for that. This is residential, or the big pieces, and commercial are the small pieces. So there's really not much of a commercial market in DeSoto County. And the average price of the residential is right around 125,000. So they're not big deals. I mean, these are small little houses that have probably sold 4 or 5 times over the past 50 years. There's not much new home development. It's just resale. Somebody decides, well, I'm moving. I'm going to sell my mobile home on 5 acres. One of the big new things that's coming in, this is really important for DeSoto County, is our rodeo. The rodeo has a long history, and it's a national rodeo. It's like the NASCAR races. The Cowboys, one of the stops on, they earn points wherever they go to the rodeo. And so in Arcadia, they can earn points towards the national championship. So it's a big deal for the United States Rodeo Association. But anyway, this is a new rodeo arena. They're moving dirt now. It's going to be an 8,000 seat plus covered arena. I'm on the building committee, and this part up here, they're putting a museum in. It'll be a real nice thing. And y'all have baseball, pro sports. DeSoto County has pro rodeo, and it's a big deal.
And it's coming up pretty soon.
That in March, that's right. And you should go. You should go. It's a really good show. It's a good time. Most people, when they drive into DeSoto County, they don't know anything about it. Except maybe they know about Lake Susie down here. They might know about Sunny Breeze. You ever heard of Sunny Breeze? They might know even about Lettuce Lake or Kings Highway. You might know where Kings Highway is, right? But north of that, maybe Fort Ogden, not so much. We're 3 miles from the county line here, okay? What about Nocatee? You ever been to Nocatee? Ever been to Brownville? Nobody's ever been to Brownville. Hog Bay? You been out to Hog Bay lately? How about Horse Creek? You know where that is? Joshua Creek. That's our high-end neighborhood. Joshua Creek has a lot of nice homes in there. You wouldn't think so, would you? So I live in Bunker. My house is right underneath that sign right there in Bunker. Limestone, man, that's a metropolitan area. Actually, if you're a motorcycle rider, you'll know about Limestone because there's a little bar that has hundreds of motorcycles on the weekend. They stop there as a stop going on the country roads. Sometimes they'll have a band, whatnot, playing. Pine Level. Highway 70 East. And then, of course, Arcadia is in the middle, and that is the county seat. Our economic engines in DeSoto County is cattle ranching and citrus. Those are our 2 big mainstays. This is a little hard to see. This is Peace River Citrus Products. That's a big juice manufacturing plant. They make citrus juice. They squeeze the oranges. They mainly for Minute Maid. When you buy a bottle of Minute Maid, 90 chances are it comes from this facility, Minute Maid. Some of it, because they blend it differently. Anyway, economics in DeSoto County, largely government jobs, a lot of government jobs, but not so much anymore since they closed about 3 of our government facilities and cost about 3,000 families lost their jobs. And that was all doctors and nurses and social workers, and they had their kids in the churches and dance schools and baseball clubs and all this nice stuff. Those people are gone, baby. And that gutted the middle class over the past 10 years by decentralizing mental health care and decentralizing juvenile justice. And it's just a, but they did trade off. They got rid of all of our good jobs, but they did give us the Jimmy Rice facility, which is the big sexual predator thing where nobody else wants to go. So we did get something. Okay, they didn't take everything. School teachers, education pros, schools, big employer. Thing is, half of the school teachers that teach in DeSoto County don't live there. Other stuff that goes on, ecotourism, you got Peace River, people go canoeing, they go for the day on the river and then go home. Not a big economic, it's nice though. You should go canoeing on Peace River. You got the Turner Center, which is, we do some dog shows and horse shows in there, that's nice. The rodeo is our big deal, that's coming up, it's twice a year. And it's going to get bigger and better with the new facility. You'll see a lot more stuff going on there, concerts and things, I hope, over the future. And the Antique District, tourism, very nice, real nice. You should go there and check it out. Other stuff, we've got some industry. There's Trimron, which makes pavers. There's a Walmart distribution center. A few people that live in DeSoto County work there. None of the managers do live in DeSoto County. You've got Horizon Coach is a bus plant. Worldwide Door, just Fred Cove just sold a facility back there to Worldwide Door, and that's a nice operation, taking over a dark 100,000 square foot manufacturing facility. Retail, I'm going to buzz through this. We've got some nice, national chain stuff. We lost our KFC. We lost our movie theater. That was bad. We had a twin, and it didn't get enough food. It was kind of smelly in there anyway. The Antique District, was all right. This is the water and sewer line thing here. Okay, this is where the water starts down here in Lake Susie and goes all the way out to the prison and the Jimmy Rice facility. Now they're completing this leg right here because they're four-laning this is what is being four-laned right here, and they're putting water and sewer lines in underneath there. So a lot of that. This is the slide that Mary Ann was talking about. In 2007, we had 3 DRIs that were being considered. There was U.S. Homes, Syntex, U.S. Homes, Jack Parker Corporation. There was, what was this, whatever. Everybody was there. All the big builders were there. All the big builders bought property. They prepaid for water and sewer hookups. And they walked away from all that money. Right now, if you wanted to build a development in DeSoto County, you don't have to pay for water and sewer hookups. That's a savings of about $5,000 to $6,000 a house.
Wow.
So if you wanted to build 100 houses, you'd save $500,000 in water and sewer hookups because all these big guys walked away and left their sewer reservations on the table. There was 20,000 units planned in 2007. Oh, major projects being built right now. We got a Publix being built. Power Auto's kind of a neat deal. They took the old G. Pierce Wood Mental Hospital and a guy bought it. Now they're going to do a racetrack out there and training and stuff for paramilitary people doing. It's an interesting project. That's been. Thornton Creek is a big luxury RV resort. The rodeo, the Florida Power and Light Power expansion, and recently Sonoma Preserve down here in Lake Susie went through a rezoning process. I think just to make it more attractive to a buyer, because they're not doing anything there. Oh, there's where they're located. Comprehensive plan, I think is, whatever, come on, we'll make room for it. Back in 07, same thing. 2012 foreclosures, industrial mining. Phosphate mining is supposed to be coming in for about 1/4 of DeSoto County. The northwest quarter of DeSoto County is really kind of off limits for anything except for strip mining. And nothing's gonna happen out there at all until the strip mining comes in. Problem with that is there's no revenues coming in out of that property. And once the strip mining starts, it'll be millions of dollars every year. But that's years away. It's years away. It's so far away, just don't even worry about it right now. It's just out there. Who knows? That's my opinion. The other folks would say it's coming tomorrow. Be ready, but I don't think so. Publics, highways, 4-laning, resale of residential, big agriculture, government and schools, tourism and new rodeo stadium coming in, a lot of entitled properties. There's no impact fees yet, and you can enjoy a rural lifestyle in DeSoto County. Thank you very much.